Going from fat to fit is easier than you think. In 2024, I lost 30 kg of fat in 5 months. And this transformed my body to the point where I was basically unrecognizable. Fast forward to 2025, I started coaching people to achieve similar goals using the same method. And in this video, I'm going to tell you the exact method my clients and I have used to achieve our body transformations. Before we get into it, I want to say that the reason why you are not seeing any progress is because you overcomplicate fat loss. Fat loss is easy and straightforward. The first thing you need to understand is why you got fat in the first place. Fat gain is not just because you are lazy. You get fat because of your overall lifestyle. I'll use myself as an example. When I was fat, my day-to-day life was wake up in the morning, eat, play Call of Duty, sleep, work. I never went outside, I never went for walks, and I was always eating, binging, and gaining. And this was the lifestyle that made me fat, kept me fat, and got me even fatter. So it got to a point where I realized I have to do something about it. The first thing I did was intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is basically picking an eating window and a fasting window. I used the 16-8 method, which means I will fast for 16 hours and then I have an 8-hour eating window. I would eat my first meal by 12 p.m. in the day and then my last meal by 7 p.m. in the evening. And then my fast starts from 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. the next day. It's that simple. During my fast, I can take water and anything that doesn't have calories. And in my eating window, I would eat 2 meals. On days where I would feel too hungry, I would snack on fruits like watermelon and pineapples. Giving your body fewer hours of eating is an easier way to gain control instead of counting calories like a robot. Now, for the most important part, my diet. What you want to prioritize on a fat loss diet is your protein, your carbs, and your fiber. You need your carbohydrate for energy, but stick to clean carbs. You need your protein to retain muscle and to keep you full for longer. Protein also helps you to manage your hunger cravings, and then you need your fiber to feel full for longer after you eat your meals. A good source of carbohydrate that I would recommend is yam, potatoes, oats. And for protein, you can have chicken breast, sardines, fish. You can get fibers from certain carbohydrates like oats, yam, and potatoes. But other sources of fiber can be vegetables. There are certain things that you need to avoid so you don't jeopardize your progress. And one of those things would be sugar. Sugar spikes up your blood sugar and increases your hunger cravings. Sugar also has unnecessary calories that you do not need when you're on a diet. So if you're somebody that takes a lot of carbonated drinks, it is time to put it down. You can always switch to zero sugar options. Alcohol is also something you should avoid. Alcohol messes up your metabolism, and if your metabolism is messed up, fat loss becomes significantly harder. So if you're going to lose that beer belly, you need to put the beer down. Other things you should avoid include processed foods and anything prepared with a lot of oil. The moment you start reducing oils in the meals that you prepare, the calories in these meals drop significantly. Just 1 tablespoon of oil is around 120 calories. So switch to healthier options like air frying, grilling, or boiling your meals. You obviously also want to avoid junk food and ultra processed foods. So if I were you, here's what I would do. I would stick to eating twice a day, and each meal would be high in protein, high in fiber, and moderate in carbs. What matters the most is that overall you are eating less food, because the only way to lose fat is to give your body less food so your body can depend on fat for energy. Now let's talk about the exercises that I did to lose fat. I'm sure by now you know that I included strength training in my routine. I would go to the gym 4 times a week. My walk to the gym was 20 minutes. I would get there, I would lift weights for an hour. I walk back home for another 20 minutes, and that was all the cardio that I did, walking to the gym and back, which was around 40 minutes a day. Walking is one of the best exercises for losing fat. If walking is the only exercise you are doing, you can do up to 1 hour a day. So this should be around 6,000 to 8,000 steps. How at the back of your mind, the more steps you do, the more fat you can lose. So you can even do 8,000 to 12,000 steps. Where your diet is on point, you don't need to do too much when it comes to exercise. Walking is enough, especially if you don't have access to the gym. If you have access to the gym, add strength training to your walking so that as you lose fat, you can build lean muscle mass like I did. Building lean muscle mass helps you lose this fat and keep it off easier. And the better your metabolism, the more food your body can handle. So these are the exact steps that I use to transform my body. And just like I said, fat loss is easy. Now you know exactly what to do. But if all this still seems a bit confusing, or you want someone to coach you, I'll create an exact routine that will help you lose fat in a way that would be sustainable for you. Tap the link in the description to check out my website. You can also reach me through the website and we can work together. I'll be sharing more tips to help you achieve your dream physique. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, discipline shows in the mirror.